So I've added the tighteners on the coil drum controller as far as the escape motor drum controller. That's going to control the magnetic suspension EMS. That is the four coils of which you see. Circular coil that is under it is the counterclockwise. Upper left hand side is clockwise. The following on the right hand side of the three parts are cathode and anode, which are three different parts, which are two different parts to the drum controller. Now the phase wires are three, where it could switch between left and right induction for rotation, right hand roll from left to either phase from left to right or right to left, and for magnetic suspension and for proximity stabilization as far as using the MCU chip. And the pull force and push force. So this is the diamagnetic aluminum block it's going to be pushing against. It's coupled with it. I have also a linear coil that goes up like a solenoid. And I have thermal protection. I have baking soda under the wax paper so that the surfaces of the aluminum block is not phased with direct ink and direct phase of heat of thermal energy, electrical thermal energy or paramagnetic thermal energy. I've also had the PVCs so I can hold up the back following surfaces for the connections of a metal bond connected to it. The connections of the magnetic bond is to enhance and increase the magnetic field towards the center, which is bearing on the aluminum block. And both sides will be unicis, the same. However, they will be phased with channels for fixed stabilization and self-balancing through the induction. Now, I do have the rectifier localized here. Here is a 50 amp Skywalker controller. I'm going to be using that for the induction phase, for the increase of amperage, and the voltage for the electrostatic electrical winding energy to be greater than the inertial gravity and the gravitational weight against the Earth gravity. However, it does not repel against the Earth gravity as far as push, pulse, thrust against the foundation. No, it thrusts against the diamagnetic, carrying the diamagnetic alongside it, while the electrical winding energy winds against the common material, whereas opposites attract. It's going to be pushing against the diamagnetic aluminum and forcing it away from it as a repulsion force. And while it does that, at the same time, simultaneously, the electrical winding energy, it will also carry the aluminum along with it. Carry the coils along with it. While the coils are emitting against the aluminum, it shall move it and displace the aluminum. Now, the four other circular coils that should be applied here, and I'm going to apply it, and after I apply these coils, and I add a little damperage as far as the exterior, as far as using baking soda, flour, and salt. And then I'm going to be closing that mixers with ceramic powder, so I can enclose the housing of ceramic powder in with epoxy resin crystalline hardener, and painted it so I can leave this within housing. Now this is the back brace part segment, which will be connected to another in a metallic bond. I will be using coin batteries, and I'm going to use the copper wire to phase the coin batteries as far as DC connection, and wind a coil around the phase point with the same phase wire, copper wire, so that the induction will also not only carry the electrical winding energy, the electrical energy of the battery of the coin batteries, which are 3mm coin batteries, 3 volts, and I'm going to be using the coin battery charger, so that the induction wire, when current carrying the positive cathode to cathode, it will increase in the induction coil and synchronize the following battery to auto recharge the following battery. Now, the phase point of, again, I don't want to go back to the phase point of the wire. The controllers I'm going to be adding to it for pitch gyroscope, and the MCU chip I'm going to be adding to it. And as far as the MCU chip, the human magnetoradar Doppler chip that I'm going to be adding to this, and a camera. And as far as gravity sensors, this should all compile with the circuit that I'm using to drive this, which is the drone circuit module that is compiled together in electromotive already fit product. I'm also going to be using a stepper motor driver, Neural Sky brainwave controls. Respond with the human magnetodoppler for electrophysical sensing, and as far as gesture controls, and also bioelectric controls, neural sensory, using the Neural Sky brainwave controls. So this is just one part of the segment that I have to compile all the materials that is necessary and incorporate for this part for Mark 42 design. And then the following parts I will be added to it, which will continue the metallic bond through synchronous, using electromotive passing current to another, like a transformer. This induction will carry the current in the electrorhythm of the circuit electromotive to another part or segment and area, and control that part and segment area without need of the secondary circuit, but just the electrical circuit, and the current carrying source, power supply and support for the other part, for the biaxial ROM or biaxial for the biaxial of the drone. It must be shaped and incorporated like a transformer plane for the back brace drone. So I'm going to do that, and then after I consolidate in the epoxy resin, I should be able to get it to fly. So my name is Jermaine Morton, and have a nice day. Goodbye.